I'm hard. That's how peak this trailer was. I'm thinking we're back!
What's good, nigga? We back with another video, another reaction for the channel to my boy 3C Films Spider-Man brand new trailer breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Bro, if you've seen my Spider-Man reaction to the brand new day trailer, go ahead and watch that, bro. It's literally like go literally click my bio, click my channel page. It's literally probably the first video that pop up, the newest one. So hey, go watch that before we get into this. I am so excited for this movie. Like, this is like, if you haven't seen my most anticipated movies of 2026, go watch that too. Cause spoiler alert, in that one, I posted that in the first number one most anticipated movie is Spider-Man Brand New Day, because I know this movie's gonna be fucking amazing. And from the trailer, it's going to be amazing. Like, it's going to be spectacular, sensational. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. Like, I cannot wait to see Spider-Man finally on his own. Like, he is fully like, no Avengers, no Tony Stark bullshit, no villains like, oh, I used to be an employee for Stark Industries. Shut the fuck up. We're in Spider-Man world now. Spider-Man shit. Spider-Man is the main character. I mean, he's the main character in the movie, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean if you know what I'm talking about. Just excited to see Spider-Man street level fully. He's swinging in New York, fighting the villains he's supposed to be fighting, bro. Teaming up with niggas he's supposed to be teaming up with. Punisher. Ooh. Can't wait, bro. It's gonna be so fire, bro. 3C gonna break it down for us. So before we get into that, man, like, comment, subscribe. As always, turn on post notifications so you know when I'm posting videos. And before we get into it, as always, man, comic of the day. Y'all think I'm gonna forget? Y'all think I'm gonna forget about the comic of the day? Never, never, never. Comic of the day, you know what I'm saying? Without these comics, these movies would not be getting made. These TV shows, all that. None of it. So we here, man. And without further ado, man, let's get to this.
The Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer has
Yes,
finally hit
sir.
the web, and I think there's only one clip that could really capture my feelings for this right now.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh boy, yeah.
Spider-Man.
Boy, yeah. Oh, Toby clip, bro. It feels we home, baby. We home, bro. We home, bro.
Out of my way.
We home, bro. My goat is back
That's
and
right,
restored.
just like Peter Parker's room in this trailer, my organic web is everywhere, and we've got to talk about it. So that's exactly what I'll be doing here for you guys. Is not only giving you my trailer
organic web
reaction,
is
but my
everywhere.
trailer
It's
breakdown
crazy.
for the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. Point out things you might have missed, things we've been hearing about the movie. Is it all making a lot more sense? Is this rebirth for Tom Holland's Spider-Man working, or should we be going back to John Watts? I'm gonna need your guys' thoughts on all this down below. Okay, so wow, I can't believe Sony really did that marketing gimmick of 1 second clips all randomly throughout yesterday. Even during the night, like 3 a.m. my time, they dropped like a 1 second clip of Spider-Man vs. Scorpion. How was I
Yes.
supposed to be awake for that, Sony?
Literally.
But whatever the case, with all those
I was so
little
tired of them clips,
they
bro.
still barely
Just wanted the
scratched
trailer,
the surface
bro.
of the thing shown off in this trailer.
Give it
And
to
I do
me.
gotta say, overall, I am loving the look, the style, and the direction of this movie. I am truly feeling the soft reboot kind of vibe that they're trying to go for with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and it's working for me. Of course, when the movie comes out, we'll be able to fully judge it, but from right now, guys, I
Yes.
am so happy
It's
with
so
Destin
good.
Daniel Cretton and what he's cooked up so far.
Like,
Getting into specifics, starting
I
off at
just
the
can't.
beginning of this trailer, we get a shot of Spider-Man hanging upside down on New York, and Immediately,
so perfect.
this is one of the things I miss
Yes.
from Tom Holland's trilogy. I never really felt like New York was all that much of a character.
Yes. It wasn't
fully
even barely in the
utilized for its
movies.
potential.
He's
And
barely
just
in New
these
York.
First couple of seconds of Tom looking at his phone, seeing MJ and Ned live their lives while he has responsibilities as Spider-Man, and then free falling into the city with the peak shot of the inside of his
So
mask.
fire.
Like, oh my goodness.
Like this, like when people kept saying like this will be like the Batman of like a Spider-Man movie, like this will be the Batman equivalent to Spider-Man. I'm like, I didn't believe him at first, but when I watched the trailer, I'm like, I definitely see like even that shot. It reminded me that shot of the inside of the mat. It reminded me of that shot where Batman he puts on the wingsuit and he's like flying, and you get that like kind of like that mounted shot of him like moving his arms and shit. It reminded me just of that shot. If y'all felt the same way, let me know in the comments. But I literally felt the same way about that shot in the trailer of like seeing the inside of his mask. It looked so peak, and I was just like, this definitely feels like a Matt Reeves Batman equivalent to a Spider-Man movie. Like, I see it.
Holy aura, Spider-Man, where has this been all my life? I really like this because visually it's not only different from other Spider-Man movies, but it's so different from Tom Holland's previous films. New York feels grand and big. I can't believe we have actual people complaining about the POV shot within the mask of, technically that wouldn't make sense.
Technically that would-
needs to be flushed to his...
Are you? Shut up!
It's a beautiful stylized
Thank
shot, and even just
you.
hearing Peter breathing within the
Like,
mask.
what are we talking about? It looks fire. Like, I'm so sick of niggas.
I'm webbing everywhere again. But immediately after that, we cut to the New York I Love You song, which cool that they kept it in the trailer. It was in the leaked version of this trailer all the way back in December. And it's a song that just captures the vibe. I'm seeing a lot of people going, it looks too doomy, depressing. Why does everything look dark? That's finally the Spider-Man we've been begging for.
I've been wanting that.
Depressed,
I don't
lonely, and
care.
single. He's 90% of Spider-Man fans, and that's why we're happy.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I can't tell you how happy a shot like this makes
Yes.
me. Peter Parker
Just-
doing laundry, bruised up, alone, sad, in a dark apartment. This is peak Spider-Man, his struggles, his pain, but pushing through it as a hero because of his responsibility. It was a core fact that I felt was completely missing from a
Yeah.
lot of the last three Spider-Man movies. Even something as Peter visiting Aunt May's grave. We joke around about depressed Spider-Man, but it truly does make him a
hits.
more honorable
It
character
hits every
that
time.
you want to root for, that you want to
Every
see
time.
actually have a happy life. But not
Every
too happy,
time.
Mr. Parker. And I'm glad this director is nailing that tone and vibe right now. It's still so funny now to see the final shot of this laundry scene because months and months ago, one of the principal photographers on
I
Pinterest,
remember
you guys remember the
the
Pinterest
days
link,
we
did
was
say
trying to
a
find
comic
anything
cover
for
of
this
Spider-Man
movie.
doing laundry, and now we have it here. But it has
Yes.
been 4 years since No Way Home,
Tough,
and although
tough.
MJ and Ned were shown in that video talking about going to MIT, it looks like they have graduated or they have finished their studies and now have returned home to New York, where Peter is contemplating once again with a note, going up to them and telling them everything, hoping to re-jog their memory. I mean, we even get a shot here of Peter inside a convenience store as he watches Ned come in, and he is just admiring his aura from the
Yeah.
far. Ned
His
really
aura.
does look a little different. He's got glasses now and wears floral shirts. But this is most likely happening right before a housewarming party that it
Such a
looks like
hipster.
MJ and Ned are throwing. Thanks to another shot in this trailer where we see MJ and Ned watching TV of Spider-Man being handed the keys to the city.
Yes.
Something that is actually a bit of a spoiler for Daredevil Born Again Season 2 because it
Yeah.
looks like Shayla Rivera ends up becoming mayor of New York.
Yeah,
It's
it
already been
seems like
confirmed.
it, yeah.
Spider-Man Brand New Day takes
It seems
place
like it.
after Daredevil Born Again Season 2. So something's gonna happen where Wilson Fisk is no longer mayor and he's removed from office,
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking, man, what a waste. They had perfectly set up a storyline of Wilson Fisk as mayor, outlawing superheroes, rounding them up and putting them up for trial, and then Spider-Man never got involved with that storyline. Admittedly, though, it is because of behind-the-scene issues.
behind the
Apparently,
scenes
there is
bullshit.
some copyright reason why Kingpin cannot be in the movies, and so instead of Kingpin showing up in these movies as the underground crime boss, we're going to be getting Tombstone. That is going to be played by Marvin Jones III, who we don't actually get to see in the trailer, but he does narrate the 3 life cycles of a spider. In the official synopsis
It's
for
not him
Spider-Man Brand New
narrating, I
Day,
don't
it
think.
did say that
I
Spider-Man
think it is
is gonna be
actually Keith
facing a
David.
weird wave of crimes. We get a hint of some of those crimes that might actually just be montages to what Spider-Man has been doing the past 4 years.
Oh, let me check something.
City, he also fights characters like Boomerang, where they recreate that comic cover. He also fights Tarantula, another comic cover being recreated. But the villain a lot of us have been waiting to see, Scorpion, who will be a much bigger player, and I'm thinking is actually working for Tombstone in some capacity. I thought that this was finally going to be the revenge plot that Scorpion Matt Gargan has been wanting against Spider-Man for putting him in jail all these years. But when fighting him, he clearly tells him,
Stay out of
Yeah,
my way.
I can't wait.
so
bro.
his main goal isn't even to go after Spider-Man to hurt him for all this time he's been in jail, but instead has a mission or something to do. And I think him getting the suit,
I think he works for
is all gonna
Tombstone
be
for
from
sure.
Tombstone supplying him with that stuff.
Yeah.
And even just speaking more of
Definitely
Scorpion,
Tombstone.
although I'm not too crazy about the suit they gave him, just these couple little
I
scenes
fuck
of
with it. I
Scorpion
don't
versus
care.
Spider-Man,
I fuck
love
with
to
it.
see
I don't,
Even
you know
just
what I'm
this
saying?
night shot of Spider-Man swinging, I am liking the colors being used in this.
Like, I feel like him and Vulture will
Darker
look good
blue, because
together in this
a lot of the
universe.
colors, especially on Spider-Man's suit, are poppy. And heck, let's just take a second to appreciate that all the moments of Spider-Man swinging and being fluid around New York City, it is definitely giving.
And
Spider-Man's
apparently
suit
that
are
shot
poppy.
of
And heck, let's
Spider-Man
just take a second to
kicking.
appreciate that all the
on, I'm
moments
gonna go
of
to it.
Spider-Man swinging and being fluid.
That's a
around
comment.
New
That's a
York
writer
City, it is
kick. I was
definitely
sitting there
giving
like,
off
oh,
Amazing
what the
Spider-Man
fuck?
2 vibes, and to me,
I was
Amazing
tripping.
Spider-Man 2 is the best looking visual Spider-Man movie, and this is coming
Yeah.
close to that. I really like the web
It
swinging,
is very
the
much coming
camera
close.
movements with the swinging, but more especially how Destin Daniel Cretton is letting the Spider-Man suit just live and
Yes,
breathe on
just
its own without being
be a
covered
full
in a layer of
suit.
CGI. Another thing I really didn't like about the John Watts movies is that they decided to do that, and here I don't see why you would ever. Look how great
Look
this
how-
suit just looks
yes.
in normal light. Moving on to some of the guest stars involved in this Spider-Man movie, we get a really great sequence of
feels
Spider-Man
real.
versus
It feels like an
Punisher.
actual
Punisher
person.
immediately comes in with his classic Punisher van, just hitting Spider-Man, and they have a little banter back and forth.
What the hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering. Suit yourself.
In just those couple of seconds, they immediately nailed down what I wanted to see between Spider-Man and Punisher. They seem to have
so
a
hard.
small, friendly banter where they realize they're on the same side, but you can really tell Spider-Man does not approve of
Yeah.
Punisher's ways, where he basically disarms him and sends him.
And for me, I feel like he feels very much how Mr. Terrific felt in Superman, like how it felt like they knew each other, like they had like a lot of off-screen like encounters of them teaming up, probably fighting somebody or just running into each other like outside of New York. So it feels like they have that kind of similar relationship where it feels like Punisher just knows of Spider-Man because obviously Spider-Man's like a popular superhero, but they probably ran into each other a few times fighting some bad guys, had to team up, do some things, you know, something like that. So it feels very much akin to that. I love that.
Him home. I even really love the moment where Punisher gets censored.
Go home!
Go
We know
home,
this is an R-rated
nigga.
character, and we were all
Normie.
blown away when they announced him as part of the movie. But with Punisher and Spider-Man's history in the comics, I don't mind Punisher getting censored a bit just to be able to
Yeah.
show up here. As far as what his
Please.
role is in this movie, he's clearly
Punisher
trying
in a
to
Spider-Man
stop
movie?
this
What-
tank.
what?
From
What are the
behind the scenes photos, we
chances?
have seen a demonic symbol on it. Whether that belongs to the Hand or some other group is yet to be seen. But Punisher is also just trying
Hey,
to stop the
man.
tank. Other rumors we've been hearing is that Punisher is going to be sort of a protector for Sadie Sink's character, who we will speculate on because we get glimpses of her in this trailer. But that
Yeah.
early on, he will be protecting Sadie Sink and helping her with
Yeah,
her
allegedly.
sake. The other Marvel character we get
Allegedly.
introduced to is Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner
Yes.
Hulk, who appears to be a
Professor at
in
ESU.
college. Now, if we're going based off Peter Parker's hoodie that says Empire State University, loving that
ESU.
maybe Peter's in college and maybe is even a student of Bruce Banner's. But again, this could maybe just be Peter grabbing a hoodie and disguising himself as a college student just to be able to get close to Bruce Banner.
Could
You can
be.
see he's teaching a
But he has
quantum
the
class, and if you
I
would look
hope-
at his
I
arm,
hope
he
he's
has
ESU,
the
bro.
inhibitor band
I
that we
really
have
hope he's
seen
at
in the
ESU.
post-credit scene of
Please.
Shang-Chi and even
Please
moments
be
in
at ESU.
She-Hulk. This is
Please.
used so that Bruce Banner can remain in human form, because without it, he would then be permanently the Hulk.
Don't be just
Peter
an
is gonna
Easter
be coming to
egg.
Bruce Banner because something weird is happening to him, and he feels that he could help. We see shots of the trailer of Peter passing out. This zoom-in shot of a droplet of water, just overloading the
I
senses
just,
of
oh my God, I
Spider-Man.
love
Even
those
in what
shots,
appears
those
to be
close-ups
Peter
of the
Parker's
suit.
apartment, it is covered in web because we've been hearing that Peter Parker Spider-Man is going to be going through a metamorphosis.
Mutation.
This happened in the comics Spider-Man The Other, where he was also basically dying and went to other heroes like Reed Richards, Tony Stark, Bruce Banner,
Might have to read
asking
that
for
comic.
assistance. Nobody could figure out what was wrong with him until he eventually ended up in a cocoon and came out with stronger abilities and organic webbing. And we literally get a shot of what looks like Peter escaping out of a web cocoon having organic web. This is probably one of the most controversial parts of the new Spider-Man movie because it does take away the comic accurate web shooters, which now we know why they made them so big and bulky. It's so that we would favor a Spider-Man who doesn't need them. I've mentioned before, as much as it bums me out and as weird as I think it is to go through this, story-wise, it can work for a couple of reasons.
Yeah, I think
One,
it'd be
Tom Holland's
cool.
Spider-Man has never been too big on his web shooters. Andrew Garfield's movies were really great about showing the limitations, upgrading his web shooters, and then just making them work in the movie. And there was barely ever scenes like that in Tom's trilogy. He might as well have had organic webbing with how little he ever ran out of it or even needed to upgrade them on his own because he was handed his tech. And the other reason it's going to work for me is because this movie's going to rely a lot on Peter Parker ignoring his personal life and diving headfirst into Spider-Man. And metaphorically, they're going to represent that by him possibly turning into Man-Spider. I hope they don't go all the way, and if they do, it's a dream sequence because I really don't want to see him turn into a spider, grow a couple of extra limbs, only for him to get like a serum and then all that goes away or something. But it's going to be used to show like, hey, if you don't want your human side, that's fine. You'll go full spider. And a lot of the movie will be Peter Parker realizing, hey, I need to be Peter Parker as much as I need to be Spider-Man. And this transformation will be a metaphor for that. Plus, I guess it will be cool to see Spider-Man get some upgraded abilities because you can really tell his new organic webs are a lot stronger. You get that here from when he's slingshotting over a building. It looks like he's kind of struggling with the strength of them, but also
I can't wait for that sequel. That sequel's gonna be fire.
Prison, his webs
and this,
just break.
look at the hands costume.
Awesome.
Just the costume look clean.
Giving for why his eyes go black. It's the same color eyes that a spider has, giving into his abilities. And with him having to fight a group of ninjas, maybe he just needs his spider sense at full capacity to take down a room with them. Like, I love this. I don't know exactly how this all fits into the story and why the Hand are in prison. I'm assuming maybe they're going after Scorpion and setting him free, and they're probably being commanded by Tombstone. But Spider-Man fighting ninjas and recreating more comic covers, I will take it, Destiny Daniel Craig. If they're anything like the Shang-Chi fights, please give them to me. I guess this is now where we talk about Sadie Sink's mystery character that we get glimpses of in this trailer. Now,
I'm letting y'all know right now, I do not think she's Jean Grey, bro. I just don't. Like, why would she be Jean Grey? Out of all the characters she could be, Jean Grey. I get people are saying what Tremel Tillman's character is supposed to be this guy named William Metzger, who's like a mutant, anti-mutant person in the comics. So that's going to tie into Jean Grey and Sadie Sink being Jean Grey. It just doesn't make sense. Why is Jean Grey being introduced in a Spider-Man movie? Introduced, like not like she's just popping up because she's already a character that's in other movies before. No, she's being introduced in the movie as Jean Grey. You know, I don't think she's gonna be doing. I think the more probable option is she's probably some form of Shathra, or she could be Screwball, like a weird version of Screwball. But I think she's more likely Shathra. I think. Don't quote.
I think for all intents and purposes, it's pretty safe to assume Sadie Sink is just going to be playing Jean Grey. What a weird choice to introduce not only Jean Grey, but
I'll believe it when I see
X-Men
it. That's all I gotta
Spider-Man
say.
movie. But I guess I'll take it. We know this
I'll
because
believe it when I
the
see
Jean
it.
Jacket character is wearing the same jacket that we saw Sadie Sink wear on the set of Spider-Man. And also it matches the colors of Jean Grey, yellow and green, like her future comic book costume. I really think this is her inside Peter Parker's apartment. Heck, it might even be her controlling Peter. And this is how the movie visually represents that. Because if you don't know, Jean Grey's abilities are telepathic, meaning she goes inside your mind and controls you. And we do get shots of that with other characters. Like this moment where Spider-Man has finally chased down the big tank that has been running through the city and has gone inside this government facility. When Spider-Man opens it, it's just a regular civilian piloting the tank, and you can see whoever was controlling her mind leaves and goes to a soldier and then an agent up above. This has to be the work of Sadie Sink's character, whether she is Jean Grey or just another telepathic super being, and her bringing this tank to this facility is maybe so that she can escape.
I don't believe
because
that.
I'm also assuming she's the character Trap in this room in a facility. It looks like the room of a regular teenager. In fact, you even see the combat boots there that were also part of a lot of the set photos with Sadie Sink's character. It feels like she has already been caught and under surveillance, and they're trying to figure out how her mutant mind abilities work, and that's where Tremel Tillman's character comes in. He's said to be playing the head of the Department of Damage Control, who is currently right now rounding up all the superpowered beings. We last kind of saw this in Wonder Man, another series directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, the same director of this movie, where they were trying to round up Wonder Man and put him away because superpowered people are a big threat to our society, and those with unchecked powers need to be arrested. It's rumored his full name is William Metzger, which would be an X-Men villain from the comics, and he does say,
"We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see."
And that sounds like a Jean Grey threat because her powers are telepathic and she's causing all this destruction probably just to be set free and not necessarily because she's evil. But we have seen Jean Grey teeter that line of good and evil. I'm also pretty certain at the end of it all, whenever Jean Grey and Spider-Man end up becoming friends and they see eye to eye, she will be the thing to give MJ and Ned back their memories. She has a history of being able to unlock memories and help people remember stuff. She even did it in the X-Men movies with Wolverine and Logan. So that's how these two characters will probably remember, while still the rest of the world forgets who Peter Parker is. And just even going a step further,
that's how they're gonna do it.
Like MJ is starting slightly to remember something about Peter Parker and his connection to Spider-Man, because in the final shot of this, where they give us the friendly neighborhood line,
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
Say that again?
love that, by the way. You can see behind Peter in what appears to be MJ's room, she has a ton of photos of Spider-Man, and it has a collage and is trying to figure out some mystery with him, and is probably why she looked a little concerned when Spider-Man was being handed the keys to the city, because she feels a familiar connection with Spider-Man. Remember, they don't remember Peter Parker, but they still remember who Spider-Man is, and Spider-Man has been part of their lives a lot. From Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, Spider-Man has saved MJ and Ned a lot, but their memories with that must be a little foggy or just unclear, because a lot of those memories include them remembering Peter Parker. So it feels like MJ is trying to figure out why that feels so odd. I could honestly go on and continue talking about every little detail for more hours, but those are the biggest things in this Spider-Man trailer. I'm sure we're gonna have so many more theories and thoughts, and maybe things you caught that I might have missed, but I am satisfied as a Spider-Man fan, and I cannot wait for this movie. I throw it off to you guys. How are you feeling about the Spider-Man trailer? Some of the plot points and story. Where do you think this is all heading? Would love to hear your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films, or on TikTok at 3C.
Shout out my boy 3C, as always, the GOAT. And we back, man. That was a great trailer trailer breakdown by my boy 3C. As usual, go subscribe to my boy 3C Films. I just don't know about this Jean Grey shit, bro. That's still bothering me, because it's like, do I think she's playing this super powerful villain? Maybe, maybe not. Like, it could be possibly she's playing some sort of villain character. Because even on that, like, tank, it's like a little, like, red, like, graffiti, like, logo on it. And it's like this kind of, like, mask type thing. So I almost, like, it leaned towards, like, okay, that could be a version of what they're doing, like, with the Shothra thing. The whole look of her character. So if she is Jean Grey, which I don't know, it doesn't fit, and I feel like it doesn't fit in this movie. I feel like it fits so oddly in this movie to me. Like, I don't know, I feel like when you got Punisher, and I mean the Hulk's in here too, so it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot. But with like the Punisher, and you know, with Spider-Man going through the mutation and possibly getting Man-Spider, and then possibly having Tombstone being like the big underground boss of controlling all these villains and all this stuff going on. It's like then to have you know, Sadie Sing's character be Jean Grey of all people. It's like, it's so random. Like, and my thing is like, so are they making Jean Grey like the same age as Spider-Man? Like all the mutants are the same age as Spider-Man? Are they gonna usher in the New Mutant Saga around Spider-Man's like generation? Like he's, you know, obviously Gen Z. So would they be, so they would be the Gen Z or the Gen Out, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's really leaving me like perplexed because I just don't think that's Jean Grey. Like, I just don't think that's Jean Grey. I think she's playing an actual obscure character or something. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's something that we're not even like privy to right now. Because everything we're seeing is like, yes, she has the green and yellow. Yes, she has that. But like, and she can control minds. But it's like, is that the only thing we have to make her feel like Jean Grey? Like, I don't know. Like, it just feels weird. It just feels weird to me that's how we fit the mutants, the X-Men into this movie. Possibly. Cause she is casted in Secret Wars. That's the thing. I feel like if we just figure out why she's casted in Secret Wars, this movie will explain that. So whatever happens in this movie is gonna explain why she's in Secret Wars. So if she were Jean Grey, that makes sense, obviously. But if she were any other character, how is she gonna come back in Secret Wars? That's the main thing that I'm really like confused on. It's like, if she's Jean Grey, then it makes sense. But if she's somebody else, why would she pop back up in Secret Wars when possibly the whole world is gonna be freaking reset and everything? I don't know. We'll see though, man. I'm excited. We're gonna get probably another trailer in the next 2 months or so. You know, this movie's gonna come out relatively soon, so probably around June or so we get another like sneak peek at the trailer, another big trailer. As always, man, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you know when I'm posting more videos, man. I love Spider-Man. I love making these videos for y'all, man. So stick around. I'm gonna continue to make more videos, continue to make more reactions. Probably gonna react to some music, but it's gonna be music that I like. So if y'all don't like that music that I react to, you don't gotta watch it. I'm not forcing you. I'm not gonna put a gun to your head. Cool. You know, if you don't want to watch it, cool. But I'm gonna post my music reactions that I want to react to, music that I think is good. So if you want to watch those reactions, by all means, the videos will be there for you when they drop. But yeah, I'm gonna be intermingling some different type of content so we can just have a variety of some stuff. You know, I feel like I mainly react to trailers and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to like not go back, but really just kind of like make it feel a little bit wild cardy. But yeah, man, I'm excited. So excited, man. July 31st. That's my mom's birthday, actually. So I'm, you know what I'm saying? But until then, man, see y'all niggas.